I'll wait. Hey cool kids, it's your girl Anitra here with Different by Design, and I'm back today with another episode of Iced Coffee Conversations. You saw the title, you know what it is. Do you have your beverage? Your iced coffee, your hot coffee, your iced tea, your hot tea, your water, stay hydrated. Are you prepared today? Before we get started, we're just going to take our sip. So today's episode of Iced Coffee Conversations is all about why you should wait. And this, like many other episodes of Iced Coffee Conversations, was inspired by a situation that I found myself in recently. So I was praying about a certain situation, and it's a situation where I have to wait. And if you know anything about me, you know patience is not a virtue that I possess. Patience is someone's daughter. I like to get things done. I like to go after. I like to tackle things head on. If it's in my power to do so, I will definitely try. Sometimes if it's not in my power to do so, I will definitely try. However, I believe that I'm in this situation because patience is a virtue that the Lord wants me to possess. I don't know how I feel about that. After reading Philippians 4 verses 6 and 7, I was reminded that the Lord doesn't want me to worry about anything. That I should be anxious for nothing, but that in everything, by prayer and supplication, I should let my requests be known to God, and then I'll experience His peace that passes all understanding, and that'll guard my heart and my mind in Christ Jesus. And so, with that being said, I am here today in today's Iced Coffee Conversation to remind you of two options that you also have when you find yourself in a season of waiting. Option number one, you can choose not to wait. You can choose to try in your own will, by your own willpower, in your own way, in your own strength and your own abilities to try to make something happen way before God's timing. You can chase after a situation, you can chase after an opportunity, you can chase, hustle, make something happen, move and shake your way into a situation where you found that all of your effort and all of your time and energy and whatever you decided to pour into the situation, you could find yourself in a situation where even though you thought you had made progress, it wasn't God's will for you to have it just yet. And if you realize that it wasn't God's will for you to have it just yet, more than likely it won't work out the way according to your own plan. You could definitely feel like you shouldn't have to wait. Why should you wait? What is the benefit of waiting? Waiting is a waste of time. Time is passing me by. Other people are in motion and I'm just sitting here being still, and I'm just sitting here waiting and time is going by and life is passing me by, and I'm getting older and I feel like I'm wasting my time. You could definitely choose not to wait. However, you could choose to go after it instead of staying still and then not get it. And then either way, you found that you've wasted time, you've wasted energy, you've wasted effort chasing something that you're not going to get before God's timing. And what usually happens when you find yourself in a situation that hasn't worked out according to your plan, you find yourself in a state of being reset and basically being sent back to scratch. If you've ever seen the episode of Martin where he went to go to the DMV to renew his license, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Martin stood in line for basically a whole entire day to renew his license. After he stood in line for a whole entire day, by the time he finally got to the front of the line, he was told that he was in the wrong line. And where did they send him to? Scratch. Where is Scratch? Somewhere over there. Basically, he wasted his whole entire day waiting to accomplish something, and by the time he finally thought he got to the end, he wasted an entire day waiting in line to take care of something, and he was in the wrong line the entire time. Do you want your life to be that type of situation, that type of setup where you've spent all of this time, all of this energy, all of these emotions, all of these feelings wasted on falling in love with the wrong person, or chasing after the wrong career opportunity, or just putting money and time and effort and energy into efforts that were never God's will, never God's plan for your life? And then when you finally come to this realization, you'll basically be redirected to scratch. Do you want that to happen for your life? I don't think any of us wanted to experience that. So, since you don't like that option, maybe we should consider option 2. Option 2 is you can wait. And option number 2 is a scary place to be, because option number 2 shows you that you're not in control of your life. You don't know what the future holds. You can pray and pray and pray, and you can wait. That's your option. You can pray and you can wait. And if you choose option 2, there are 2 things that can happen as a result. Option 2 is you can pray and wait. Allow what you believe is time to be wasted. Allow what you believe is time that could be spent, making things happen, time that could be spent in a more productive state. You can allow that time to pass and wait. And God could choose to not give you what you've waited on. And that's a scary place to be. Or you can recognize that it's not a scary place, because you can wait, be still, wait for the Lord, and wait for Him to give you something better. So even though the prayer may not have been answered the way you wanted it to be answered, even though the time may not have been spent the way you wanted it to be spent, it was time that God used to prepare you and to prepare you for a situation that you didn't even think to ask Him about. You didn't even think to ask Him for. And time for you to realize, and for time for Him to just set it up so perfectly for you, for Him to blow your mind and help you to understand that He had something better in mind the entire time. And so I need you to keep that in mind, because there are times when you find yourself in a season of waiting, and it's easy to give up. Temptation starts to come. People are in your ear telling you what you should have by a certain age, what you should have accomplished by a certain age. Social media will have you out here just trying to make things happen. Everybody is somebody special. Everybody is somebody important on social media. And it's just trying to keep up with the Joneses, trying to make things happen in life that may not necessarily be for you, or it may not necessarily be the time for you to have it. Don't give up. Don't quit. Keep praying. Keep believing. Keep seeking God's face. So Galatians 6:9 basically tells us that if we don't give up, if we keep believing, if we keep trusting, if we keep waiting, if we keep hoping, if we keep praying, that we will reap a harvest of blessing if we don't give up, if we don't quit, if we continue to hold out and we continue to do things God's way according to His timing. No matter how we may feel, no matter how long the wait may be, no matter how frustrating the wait may be, if we continue to hold on, we can either get what we prayed for, or we can get something even better than our hearts could have imagined, anything even better than our minds could have imagined, because it's all worked out for our good in the end. And so with that being said, thanks so much for watching today's episode of Iced Coffee Conversations. Keep waiting. Again, I'm your girl Anitra with Different by Design, and you have a great day.